One of the most interesting ads at this year's Super Bowl next week could come from an unusual source. Lincoln Motor Company, you know them, you've heard of them. They're running their first Super Bowl ad this year. It's part of the big turnaround of the car company. And to help turn around the car company, they hired somebody, name you might have heard of, a guy who used to play for the Dallas Cowboys, Mr. Emmitt Smith, to talk about the ad, talk about all that. Have him here on the set today. Emmitt Smith, NFL's all-time leading rusher. I remember you well. I remember you painfully, Emmitt. I got to tell you up front, I'm a Giants fan, full disclosure.
I understand.
So it's painful. But let's talk about this ad. It's a very interesting ad. It created in an unusual way, too.
Yeah, this is a wonderful ad that was curated by Jimmy Fallon and SteelTheScript.com folk. And what they did was they reached out to the Twitter network and asked folks to send in their most unique road experience, road trip experience. Right. And so in doing so, they were able to take in over 6,000 tweets that came in, take some of the best of them, and put it in.
And Jimmy picked them.
Yeah,
right?
Jimmy and his group picked them.
Liked.
Yeah, they picked the ones that he liked, and they wrote a storyline for it. And there's an ad, there's a 30-second spot that's going to happen in the third quarter. Then you can go online to SteelTheScript.com and look at the entire 90-second version. And the 90-second version online, that's where I'm going to be at.
Right. Now, what's your participation in this? You're not in the ad. Your face isn't in the ad.
Right. My voice will be on the 90-second one, the one that you would see online. My voice is at the top of the commercial. I'm the DJ voice, speaking through the radio, talking to the young lady that's driving the car.
Now, you know, it's interesting because 3 times you're in the Super Bowl, you've played in the game, you understand the pressure of it. Did you feel any of that in terms, I mean, look, the Super Bowl for advertisers is, you know, it's the Super Bowl, right? Did you feel any pressure? What was the pressure like to get this ad right, to do it well?
Well, it's always the pressure of trying to do things at your very best. And I think when you look at the Lincoln Motor Company in terms of transitioning its brand into something that's more recognizable in that way, that transformation that you talked about earlier, is that kind of pressure. But I think the pressure is off when you start looking at the 2013 MKZ. They did such a fine job of putting that automobile together. I don't feel any pressure. Matter of fact, I feel like I should meet the challenge and help them as well advance the ball.
Yeah. What actually interests you? I'm sure you get plenty of pitches and people always want you to you know, lend your name to their cause. What interested you in this? Well,
when I think about Lincoln itself, the brand, and what the motor company is actually doing, this transformation you talk about is very similar to my life. And man, at the end of the day, when I transitioned from the game, I went into this show that they call Dance with the Stars. So now I'm in the home of over millions of people, and they get a chance to see me up close and personal, get a chance to understand my personality, and I've gained new fans. People that never saw me play football saw me dance and became a dancing fan of Emmitt Smith. And then at the end of the day, he played football too? Now they got a chance to know me that way. So when I think about Lincoln and myself, we're very similar.
Played football too. That's amazing. Anybody
you played football too? Yeah.
Well, you know, it's funny. When I told my mother you're going to be on the show, and she said, "Oh yeah, you won Dancing with the Stars."
Correct.
That was great.
That's
so
the point.
You're right.
That's the point that I'm making.
You're right. Exactly. All right.